This is an article that I ran into during the week. I already told Chance about it, so we discussed it a little bit. But this is coming from Leo Hohmann. He's, as you can see on the left-hand side, he's an investigative reporting. He does investigative reporting on globalism, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, and where politics, culture, and religion intersect. So if you want to read more about him, about the author, on the left-hand side, you'll see his home screen and then about the author. And it'll give you some information about his website and what he does. So this, if you can see the title, it says Major League Baseball launches biometric face scans to identify at increasing number of ballparks. Philadelphia Phillies joining New York Mets, Cleveland Guardians, and more joining the next season. So pretty much in this article, what they're letting us know is exactly what the title is talking about. It's already describing. So MLB, or Major League Baseball, has decided to, go ahead and launch a biometric face scan to identify people coming into the ballpark. So fans who just want to come, have a good time, be, entertained or involved in the sport, just to have a good time and enjoy, they now want to roll out a biometric scanning system. To me, my humble opinion, that does not make sense. Why would you need that if you already have other measures of security, including security or cops in some situations or whatever? Why would you need even more? Why would you need biometric, specifically that? That's, in my opinion, that's very invasive. Why would you need that?
I think that with almost all technology, sometimes people start it with good intentions, and it starts out with good intentions, but then it eventually can be used for nefarious reasons, or to single people out, or to identify the people that you don't agree with, et cetera, et cetera. It seems to me like, I just think modern technologies, especially since the advent of the internet, had the potential to do so much good, and it does do a lot of good. But I wonder, from the internet to Facebook, to X, to TikTok, to all these things, that I just sometimes think that we'd be better off as a society, really, if we didn't even have any of these things. They're here to stay, so all we can do is choose to use them or choose not to use them. But this biometric stuff, I think that, who knows, maybe they're saying they're probably saying that they're using it to maybe see if convicted felons or people with warrants out for their arrest are coming in. If they notice a face of a felon, somebody who's wanted for some crime, well, they can alert the police. That sounds like a good deal, maybe. But I know that then you can use it for people that you just don't want in your stadium. I know that one of the first people to use this was the owner of the New York Knicks, who's just a jerk. He's the worst owner in the NBA by far, but he's just a jerk of a person. And all the fans of the New York Knicks want him to sell the team, and some of them bring posters and hold up posters saying bad things about him. Nothing like that you couldn't print or anything. They just sell the team, you're a bum, stuff like that. And one of his beloved players, he even had that guy arrested and escorted from the arena once, because one of the most famous, beloved players for the New York Knicks was in the stands saying things about the owner. And he's done that to a few other fans that have yelled at him, and as he's walking by, "Hey, Dolan, sell the team. You're a horrible owner." And then he said, "You're banned for life." And I know what he's used that stuff for is that this one player, ex-player, and those fans that have just said, "You're a bum, sell the team," that he said, "Okay, I don't want you back in my arena anymore," because he also owns the arena. He's used that facial recognition stuff to boot them out. Oh, you're trying to get a, hey, you're the guy that said, "I don't want in here." So it starts as something as small as that, but it can be used for anything. And it can be used just for people that they found online that have expressed differing viewpoints. What if the owner of a team doesn't like the fact that there's, you know, a church or people getting online or saying stuff that is extremely conservative and Bible-based and Christian-oriented and the words of Jesus, and they're like, I don't want those people in my arena because they might offend the LGBTQ fans. So, you know, if I can get pictures of these people off online and then ban them, you know, I can do this. So it may be innocent enough right now. They may have good intentions right now, but the danger I see is that it could down the road be used for very, very bad purposes.
And as you can see in the article, it states right there, you know, you won't be able to attend a ball game without being digitally marked. It will work the same for concerts, airlines, public transport of any kind, and eventually even shopping malls and grocery stores. So that's what their plan is. So they're just testing the waters, right? And of course, Major League Baseball is involved in it. And they want to see if people are going to, you know, be nudged into voluntarily accepting this or not. So we'll see, but very dangerous right here, very invasive, and more of, you know, what they're probably going to say. It's for the greater good, as always. So anyway, that is just one of the articles that I'm going to toggle back. And please let me know if you have any questions. If you know, can't voice it out, go ahead and just share it in the chat box, and I'll keep an eye out for any questions, okay? All right, let me go back, toggle back to the articles. Next one is, we've talked about this a little bit before. I found another article. It says, this one comes from the UK Daily Mail. The title is 5 people in Tampa Bay are killed by flesh-eating bacteria as officials warn locals not to enter sea with any cuts or grazes on their skin. It goes on to quickly summarize here. There have been 26 reported infections of Vibrio vulnificus in Florida so far this year, and it is known to lurk in brackish seawater as it requires salt to live. Around 1 in 5 people can die within a day or two of becoming ill when they catch the bacteria. 2 people died in Hillsborough County and 1 person in Pasco Polk and Sarasota. So basically, you know, flesh-eating bacteria has killed people in Tampa Bay, and officials warned locals not to enter the sea with any cuts or grazes on their skin. So this is a real thing. And as you know, even here in Texas, we've had situations along the Gulf Coast where, you know, they warn you not to go into the water. And that's really sad because obviously it's summertime with kids. They want to go in the water. You know, you feel that, you know, you should enjoy that, especially during the hot summers. But unfortunately, because of what's in our water currently, for different reasons, this situation is a real thing. It's a real danger, and it can kill you.
Yeah, Cynthia and I, it might be being overly cautious, and most people might think it's overly cautious, and that's fine, but we no longer allow our kids, well, Christian's 18, so he can do what he wants, but we've, for the last several years, we've just said kids just aren't going to go into bodies of water, whether it's the Gulf of Mexico or a river or a stream or something, or a lake or something. We just don't let them go in because I have no idea where they came from. I don't know why they're exploding in the last few years, all these flesh-eating bacteria, but sometimes you may go into, you may not even know you have a little tiny cut. And not only that, but some kids I've known, some of these bacteria I've read have gotten in through like kids' noses and stuff. So they've just been splashing around in a lake or a river or something, or the Gulf, and it gets up to their nose. And I have no idea what's happening, but we just don't let our kids go into any bodies of water like that. They can go to a pool or something, but We just don't do it. We just think it's too dangerous right now.
And so, yeah, so that's what we do. I don't know what other people, what type of precautions might be out there, but that's, just common sense. If you're not supposed to go in, don't go in. Don't put your life or your family's life in danger that way. All right, let me actually go back here. All right, no questions here in the chat box? Or comments? No. Okay. So this is our third article. It comes from Slay magazine. I'm not too familiar with it, but I found this article on their website. So it states, or it's titled, Bill Gates, every person on Earth should prove their identity with a digital ID. And this article is dated August 22nd, 2023. So this guy, a computer or IT or tech person, now, has been telling us that he's also, proficient or intelligent enough to understand medicine, vaccinations, climate, and of course, FBI or cop is his new interest, right? He wants people across the world to prove their identity. And of course, it's with digital ID. So we talked about this a little bit before as well. Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates is calling on nations around the world to adopt his global solution for digital ID to ensure that every single person on Earth proves their identity. In a post on Twitter, which is also X, Gates lamented that there are 850 million people still left in the world who lack ID that proves their identity. According to Gates, the Modular Open Source Identification Platform, or MOSEP, is a global solution for rolling out digital IDs for the entire human race. So Modular Open Source Identification Platform, or MOSEP, is an idea of his. And basically, that's what he wants to do with this new device or platform. Pretty much just roll out digital IDs for the entire human race. He says that MOSEP is an inclusive approach to a global digital ID system that serves as a formidable solution for dismantling the barriers for people, millions of people around the world who don't have a suitable identification. So my question is, what's it to you, Bill Gates? Like, honestly, what is it of your business, to do this? Well, obviously, I think here's a little bit of answering my own question. Well, he is the billionaire who is involved and who is part of this MOSEP. So as you can see here, the billionaire's advocacy comes as the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has just pumped $10 million into MOSEP. Okay, Gates' organization has joined forces with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals to promote and advance the globalist technology. The Gates Foundation's aim seems to focus on propelling a universal digital identification framework. Gates, the UN, and MOSEP appear to be pitching the technology for use in low to middle income economies, but planning to roll it out worldwide. So actually, they've rolled this out, and but it's been in third world countries, for example, India. Okay, and here he's posting 850 million people lack ID that proves their identity. As a result, they're shut out of a lot of services that could change their lives. That's why I'm so excited about MOSEP, an open source technology that could dismantle barriers worldwide. And then he goes here, he hashtag G20 India. And this is how they're pitching it. The digital IDs are an effective tool against poverty, a global solution. The team behind the open source technology MOSEP are transforming lives through their inclusive approach. And here it goes on. MOSIP has come under scrutiny by privacy advocates. The system raises questions regarding the broader implications of such a global digital ID system. But as history has shown, with such advancements often comes potential pitfalls, particularly regarding personal privacy. Many are also raising the alarm about how a global digital ID system could exclude people from society if they refuse to comply with the technology or are blocked from using it. So those are very, very good questions. Again, this MOSIP system comes with a lot of concerns. People are voicing at least their opinions and their concerns for it. And so they're not at liberty just yet to just roll it out worldwide. But so it's out there right now in India, the Philippines as well, and 11 other countries. But predominantly it's in Africa right now. Yeah, but my point is, like, why? Really, if you want to deal with poverty and people not having enough to eat, they have a government already. They have services who cannot go out there and actually reach out to these people and help them if they really want to help them. You know, everything seems to be now just technology can save the world, and that's a deception. That's a lie, and they know it.
Well, and the one thing, you know, Bill Gates is involved is it's something involved to make him another $20 billion. I know that he's given away over half of his wealth, billions and billions and tens and hundreds of billions of dollars he's given away over the years, but everything he does is designed to make him wealthier. So I'm sure he's involved with the technology to get a global ID, and if this goes through, he will make another 125 billion off of it.